Good.
I don't hear nothing.
No, I know. I'm
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm good. Ready to go, sir. We probably just double the news next week.
What'd you say?
So we'll probably double the news next week. Because I got a good news story involving Braun Strowman.
Let me get it together. Oh, it's live, pal.
Welcome on into the latest edition of Hot Tag Russell Corner. I'm one half your host, Rob.
I'm Clint.
And this edition, we're gonna stick straight to the review and commentary portion. Double up on the news next week. Due to short on time, but want to deliver some content here. So let's start off with Monday Night Raw from this week.
Monday Night Raw.
Now we did cover the last pay-per-view last week, right?
Yeah, Stream Rules.
Yes.
Yes, we covered it.
Good.
First match, non-title match between Bianca Belair and Nikki Cross.
The Halloween episode of Raw.
Yes, Halloween
episode was crazy a little bit.
Yeah. Belair starts off driving Cross into the corner. And then Nikki Cross sticks her head out to basically yell at her. She back to her like sanity gimmick. So,
Good, about time.
yeah. Belair hammers away. Then she gets tied up in a ring skirt. They take a break, and then Belair comes back favoring the leg. She hit her patented handspring moonsault, but Nikki countered that to a choke. They crash into the floor. Out comes Io Sky and Dakota Kai. Distract the referee. Bayley sneaks in, takes out Belair. Cross beats up Damage Control, but then walks into the KOD for the win for Bianca Belair. So, post Damage Control match, they come in for the beatdown, but Asuka and Alexa Bliss makes the save. Brock Lesnar, we get a little back at Brock Lesnar and Bobby Lashley. Alexa and Asuka Bliss have Bianca Belair back, so they want a tag team title match tonight. We get a sit-down, split-screen interview between Bobby Lashley and Brock Lesnar, but Lesnar's not there. Lashley said he's more ready to prove that he's more than just a Lesnar knockoff. Here comes Brock in the arena. He said he ain't here for an interview. He ready for a fight. Here comes Lashley. They fight on the aisle. The whole melee security, everybody comes out. Triple H said if they put hands on each other, that the match is off. Next, we get a hell of a match between Seth Rollins, who was in the blonde hair, I guess that's, and versus Austin Theory. Starts off, Rollins with a sweep down, headlock goes for a pedigree attempt. Theory rolls out to the floor. Then he gets rammed into the barricade. Theory's in control. We come back. Rollins hits a suicide dive, basement drop kick, goes for the pedigree, but gets reversed to a brain buster. Another standing blockbuster gives Theory a 2. Town down is broken up. Theory blasts him with a super kick, forearm for a double takedown. Theory tries to mock his own pedigree, walks into the stump, Rollins gets the pin. Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman are here. The fans chant Usi at Roman Reigns, and Roman said Jay will be a much more Usi man soon. This mean said this comes to Crown Jewel. He laughs at Logan Paul being a threat. Heyman sounds a little bit more worried. Out comes the Miz, who said he knows Logan Paul better than anybody. He said all he had to do was help Miz against Ali, and he'll teach Reigns everything there is about Logan Paul. Reigns hits him with a Superman punch, basically saying, no, I don't need nobody's help. So, you're on your own. Miz is in the training room. Johnny Gargano has a video saying that, basically explaining why the whole thing happened between them. Apparently, Miz faked all the whole, what's the name? He supposed to be paying Dexter Lumis, and then wind up stop paying him. So Lester Doom is basically like just went crazy for real. Next, we get Carl Anderson versus Damian Priest. OC and Judgment Day are here. Brawl. Judgment Day, distraction. Priest gets a cheap shot. Anderson comes fighting back. Ripley with a distraction takes him down. Reckoning is loaded, but Anderson reverses it to a cradle pin. So Carl Anderson gets the win there. Pro Smash Brawl is out there. Ripley being left alone. AJ Styles and Anderson can't do anything. Judgment Day comes back and beat him down. Next we get JBL, who's basically just taking it to the Texas fans. No, to suck up to Texas fans by listing off all that, the accolades and everything like that. Then he assault kids who goes to door begging for food on Halloween, saying this is a safe space generation doesn't need. He said not everyone in this arena is a Texan. Then he calls out Corbin, and Corbin says thanks to everybody spending their last dollar to come see. Last dollar they have, and the truth is, out comes our truth, who is in a cowboy hat with a horse between his legs. Yes, it's our truth. JBL calls him a buffoon, and True wants to know what is up with the costumes. It's a fight. JBL throws his hat at Truth. Corbin hits with the end of days. Next we get Matt Riddle versus Otis. This is a trick or street fight. Bunch of pumpkins and Halloween things are out here. Riddle is with Elias, who is dressed as Ezekiel.
They do this shit at every holiday. If it's Easter, it's like an Easter candy fight.
Yeah, I know.
Some dudes dressed like the Easter bunny on the outside. You got this shit. Then they do like a miracle on or assault on 34th Street, fight on Christmas time or something like that on SmackDown last year. They always do some old holiday themed fight. Go ahead. My bad.
So Elias was dressed out as Ezekiel. Chad Gable was out here with Otis, and they're Chippendale dancers. Yeah. Like yeah. I like Chris Farley from Saturday Night Live, because that's how Otis probably.
That's awesome. They have that's actually a good costume for him. They got a Chippendales TV show about to come out. About what happened with him in the 80s and like the original owner and shit.
Oh.
Maybe that's why they did that. Maybe it could be corporate WWE trying to get some synergy between the shows, but I'm not sure. I think it's on Paramount, so that's not necessarily the same network. Unless it's on Peacock, I'm not sure. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I know that they did a FBI files on that story, I think, with the whole owner and everything like that. A lot of craziness going on. They fight.
From the trailer, it looked like it. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Yeah. They fight to the floor early. Otis with a neck crank, but Riddle with a knee. Otis runs him over and hits the worm, but then Riddle comes up with a candy cord kendo stick. I know. World's Strongest Slam puts Riddle, but Elias sends Gable through a table. That distraction allows Elias to put a pumpkin on Otis' head, and then Riddle with the RKO, and he gets the win.
Alrighty.
Yeah, Bailey gives the rest of Damage Control a pep talk, saying she's about to focus more on helping them out. Yes, we get Miz versus Mustafa Ali. Miz, of course, is beat up because after the Superman punch. Ali with a shot to the face. Miz rolls up for a 2. But he has to bail out to 450. Miz break the eye, send him into the buckle. Ali shrugging off yes kick, so Miz hit him with the DDT. They go to the outside before Ali sends him over the announcer table with a dive. Dexter Lumis goes after Miz as security chases him off. Ali knocked Miz down, hit the 450 pin for the win. Or the what do you call it, the 054?
Yeah.
This is okay, I jumped ahead. So now we get a backstage interview with Johnny Gargano, who's with Byron Saxton, and this is when Gargano said he knew Lumis for years, including various clips of the Wade's antic. Lumis lost his job, fell on hard times. Then Lumis has an arse on the street with Miz offering $10,000 to fake the whole stalking purpose thing. Gargano produces a recording of Miz. This is the thing that got me. So he comes with this recording, and ain't nobody talk, like, you don't see no faces. You just hear Miz basically talking about the plan, saying, yeah, I need to do this, and then Lumis, he don't talk, so he ain't really talking throughout the whole clip of this. He said Miz stopped paying Lumis when things fell apart. Lumis basically wants his money. So then we get to our main event. That's the short. I'm going the short version today. Cut for time.
Yep.
Our main event. Bliss and Asuka are here with Bianca Belair. Bayley is here with the champs. Bliss stomps Sky into the corner. The fight is on. Sky is back with a drop kick. Kai comes in. Bliss fights off. Here comes Asuka to clean house. Quick suplex on Kai and a clothesline cut her off. Champ get knocked outside, but Kai is able to drop kick Bliss. Asuka kicks away as Sky gets taken down with the dragon screw. Asuka rolls up Sky for a 2. The hot tag sends in Alexa Bliss. She cleans house. Bliss cold reds Kai out of the corner for a 2. Asuka comes back in. Sky crashes into the corner, setting her up for a springboard missile dropkick for a 2. Asuka with a cold breaker out of mid-air turns into the Asuka lock, but the ref is distracted because Bayley and Bianca Belair are fighting near the timekeeper area, where Bayley hits a Bayley-to-belly suplex which sends Bianca Belair through the table. Back inside, Kai kicks Asuka in the face to get sent into the steps by Bliss. Asuka kicks Sky in the head. Bliss goes up top. Twisted Bliss, new tag team champions. So
nice to see him get something coming back. Hopefully they don't drop him back to him immediately.
And that is the end of Raw. Oh wait, I got NXT. Just NXT. Of course, main story around here is the celebration of Mandy Rose. It's her full 1 year, 365 day anniversary as champion. Making her the longest NXT women's champion ever. She passed, I want to say, who reign was it? I think it was Charlotte Flair, I think. Anyway, your boy Braun Breaker start things off. Wesley already talking about winning the North American title, but here comes Pretty Deadly. They don't think much about Breaker gaining this title, and Breaker basically mocks their accents. Wesley praises Pretty Deadly's hair, and Breaker said he's going to let them have the spotlight. They pose for a picture, which pose with Pretty Deadly for a picture means you're going to get a lot of hip thrusting with them. And Breaker said someone's going to interrupt. That would be Breaker and Lee, who said they want the tag team titles. Prince said there's no way this night can get any worse. Here comes R-Truth. Yeah, again.
Now he's on NXT.
He
spreading the goofiness around.
Yeah, basically it was a title challenge, which a lot of people think that the fact that the World Series changed their plans up with it, so we get R-Truth versus Grayson Waller. Waller gets sent into the corner. He does, but then Waller gets sent into the corner to start, but comes out with a shoulder. Then he mocks the "you can't see me." That earns him a headlock trip. XTO drops Truth, but he rolls out the way for Waller to hit the elbow. And then this we get to the scary part. They head outside. Truth hits a big flip. We go to break, but we come back from break. The match got stopped because R-Truth didn't clear the ropes on the dive, and he severely hurt his knee. So they stopped that match at the 7 minutes and 13 minute mark. So I hope everything is okay with R-Truth. Hope it wasn't a serious injury.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
he is the clown prince of the WWE, I guess the best way to say that.
Yeah.
You
can could throw him in on any segment.
He's the living embodiment of that noise you play. They're
yeah.
That's R-Truth.
Classic gold, though. He's like a wrestling treasure. R-Truth will always be remembered. Oh, we get a sit-down interview with Schism. Yay, we get more Joe Gacy and them guys. Yay.
Druids.
Anyway, Ava Raine. Of course, she was the new member of Schism. Of course, we announced that last week. She said no, but Schism took the time to know her. She got hurt early in training. No one who had known her for years checked on her. She said the rest of the team talking about how much they care and they can't help what people think about them. And Rain ain't brainwashed, but she will help Joe against Cameron Grimes next week. You mean the lack of get well soon cards mean got sent through more Schism? Exactly. They said it perfectly, yes. I'm tired of those guys. Javier Bernal talked to Idris Onorfe and Malik Blade outside of Shawn Michaels' office. He said he was told to find about his match tonight, but out comes Odyssey Jones. So Odyssey Jones will face him tonight. Kiana J gives her sister the envelope. Indy Hartwell and Zoe Stark get into an argument backstage, which sets up a match later. Zoe Stark, I think, is slowly starting to, possibly might start to turn heel here. Andre Chase gives Thea Hale a pep talk before a match, but she doesn't feel right. There's no Bodie Hayward. Unfortunately, he has been released. So Duke Hudson breaks through the wall and offers to carry the flag. So Chase U flag.
That's it.
Andre Chase and Duke Hudson are here in Hale's corner. She's fired up to start, but James basically takes her down for an armbar. Hale fights back, sends James into a corner. Running flip net breaker. James hit her running reverse sling blade for 2. Hudson put her foot on the ropes. That's too much for Chase, who ejects him out the match basically on principle. That leads to a distraction. Hale loses at 4 minutes. So, basically. And I don't know why he put Duke Hudson in it. Charlie Dempsey returns a jump Chase from behind. Duke Hudson makes the save. Hale says she's sure she can trust Hudson. Next we get Briggs, Jensen, and Henley are ready to watch the main event. Kiana James' assistant delivers the envelope. The Fallon, the trio read the papers. Don't say nothing about the papers, though. Stone interrupts Wesley at Brian Breaker to ask why Von Wagner hasn't gotten a title shot. Baker basically just tell him get out. You get Odyssey Jones versus Javier Bernal. Jones basically runs over him. Bernal targets the leg because he came back after a knee injury. Set up a sleeper that get broken up. Swinging boss man slam puts him down at 421, so Odyssey Jones gets the return match. Toxic Attraction is here to celebrate their 1 year anniversary. Celebrate Mandy Rose 1 year anniversary. JC Jane and Gigi Dollenberg congratulates her, talking about how she's beating everyone and turned Toxic Attraction the most important factor of NXT. We get a video package. And then the end. I like what Mandy Rose said, because this was that soon as she like, not bad for a piece of eye candy, huh? Cause everybody thought Mandy Rose like eye candy, like she ain't gonna what's the name. She like, no one could stop me. She thanks Don and Jane for helping her bring Toxic Attraction to the top. She said the numbers don't lie. She wants some respect put on her name. Anyone in the locker room know where she is. They can find her. Out comes Alba Fire. She put Gigi Dolan through a table. Then she said Jane is next. Rose to follow. So that's not over between them yet. Apollo Crews thinks NXT wants to see him face Braun Breaker because Crews isn't a matchup problem for anyone. He thinks Breaker is running for him. Von Wagner comes and said that he's next for Breaker. Scripts, we don't know what this is. Calls the Performance Center again. Said NXT almost feels like home. Then he spray paints his name on the wall. Next we get Indy Hartwell versus Zoe Stark. Nikita Lyons is out here with Zoe Stark. She gets caught by the wrist. Stark hits a springboard spinning crossbody. Lights go out for a second. Then the lights come back on. Stark works on Hartwell's arm. Stark gets clotheslined to the floor and she starts showing frustration. Stark is stumping down Hartwell to the corner to the point where Lyons tells her she needs to cool it. Stark teases taking her outside and powerbomb her to a table, but Lyons talks her out of it. Back inside, Stark kicks her in the face, clothesline to the back of the head for the pin. The man who appears to be T-Bar is talking about how this is his authority. Valentina Faraz wants Saga in her corner, but Veer comes to interrupt him. Saga says he can't do it as Wendy Chu watches from behind. Nikita Lyons had to calm Zoe Stark down from going after Kaden Carter and Katana Chance, because they basically was like taunting them after the match. After her match. We get Valentina Faraz versus Cora Jade. Her heel turn just been so what's the name? See, she should have been a pure baby face. They never should have turned her heel.
Cora Jade?
Yeah.
I thought so too.
So Faraz look upset on her way to the ring, but she takes Jade down, running knee sends Jade outside. Faraz sends her back inside. Jade gets a shot to the face. Choke. Faraz break that up. Missed the crossbody. Jade hits the DDT for the win. Quick match. It should have been a quick match. I mean, Jade goes after Faraz with her stick, but out comes Wendy Chu that makes the save. Stacks tells Tony D'Angelo that he took care of that thing. D'Angelo thinks Stacks likes his son getting started. Electra Lopez come in and says she's her own boss now and she'll be even more dangerous. Then we get to our main event, which is a tag team match between Pretty Deadly and Wesley and Braun Breaker. So Lee Sunset flips Wilson, then starts to roll him up for another 2. Wilson started to get annoyed at this when Lee flips it away from him, so he tags in Prince. Breaker comes in for a backdrop, running clothesline. Stereo Frankenstein to the chance when we go to break. Lee is drop kicking Prince through the ropes. Wilson jumps him from behind, and Lee gets thrown back in and elbowed by Wilson. Wilson, quick shot allows the tag to Breaker, who basically breaks House. Steiner Bulldog on Prince. Breaker then suplexes both of them. Kips up, tags Lee, everything breaks down. Carmelo Hayes for a distraction. Lee gets rolled up. Pretty Deadly retains the titles. After this match, Lee and Hayes fight away. Von Wagner basically jumps Breaker from behind. So he's probably going to be next in line for the Tag Team Championship. Apollo Crews in the back when JD Madonna walks up, and he said he don't see Crews' vision of NXT champion becoming true. So it looked like Wagner might be set up next for that title shot, and then JD might branch out to a feud with Apollo Crews temporarily. So, and that's the end of NXT.
Alrighty. Over on Dynamite, it started with the feud that's been going on recently with Darby Allin versus Jay Lethal. Jay Lethal said he had something in store for him this week. Battle back and forth. Eventually, of course, Sanjay Dutt and it's not. I don't know why I wanted to say $1 million worth of game. $1 million something. The Satnam Singh, he has a nickname. So they're at ringside. They kept getting involved. Eventually, they got chucked from ringside. During this time where the ref is tossing them from ringside, there's a pretty nice back and forth between Lethal and Darby Allin, to be honest with you. Somebody climbed out of the crowd with a Sting jacket on and a hoodie and smacked Darby Allin in the back with a bat. Rolled him into the ring. Lethal and Jackson, Jay Lethal wins. So they get Darby. Darby's still laying prone. They come in the ring. They jump him again after the match, and then they reveal who the Sting is. Cole Carter from the Factory. I guess he's with them now.
Yeah.
That's it. So that happens. Moving on from there, they show another clip of the Elite when the trail title was being erased from.
All right.
Yep, my bad. Yeah, so we see a clip of the Elite. I lost my track of my shit. My bad. We see a clip of the Elite winning the inaugural Trios title, but they're being erased from place with Death Triangle. It's the same angle they've been pushing the last couple of weeks, where they're like trying to erase them from like AEW history or whatever. So next up, Lee Moriarty versus John Moxley, non-title Stokely Hathaway ringside. William Regal on commentary along with Ethan Page, but you never heard William Regal talking the whole match. You just heard Ethan Page talking shit, backing up his boy Moriarty. Moriarty put up a good fight here, reversing some holds. He returning the tables on Moxley, doing the where he held both wrists and stomped you on your neck. He did that to him. Moxley had him in some type of submission that I think it was a rear naked choke, and then Moriarty reversed that into his submission hold that he does. But by the end of the match, though, the Border City Stretch is the name of his move. They got broken up as well. He tried for it a second time. That didn't work. Moxley elbows away, setting up a cross arm breaker to make Moriarty tap for 10 minutes and 9 seconds. Post-match, Ethan Page runs down and drops Moxley because he wants the world title. It's supposed to be a sit-down interview with Britt Baker and Saraya, but Britt refuses to show, so Saraya said Britt didn't have the guts to do what she's there to do. She said she's something special in AEW, wants to give more to it, but she won't say when she's medically cleared. She'll say that for next week in one more doctor consultation. William Regal says
She'll probably be at full gear.
William Regal says MJF has all the potential in the world, but isn't going to be enough for him to beat a real demon like John Moxley. Next up, the Acclaimed and Billy Gunn, with the rap mainly being about Billy's birthday. They're annoyed that Swerve Strickland hurt Billy's hand because he can't scissor. The scissoring is taking over the world. Billy has covered it, though, with the big foam finger scissor cross.
Oh, no scissor with foam fingers.
Catcher asks who has some gifts for Billy before going outside and get a big paper pair of scissors from a kid who gets scissored, and the official gifts for a nice moment. We're not done yet here, though, as we hear some of Billy's accomplishments. And Bowen gives him a World's Greatest Dad trophy. Bowen suggests that there are going to be some guests from the DX, but they never made it, and that he didn't go to their reunion, so it fell through. We get a nice moment for the Acclaim talking about Billy being such a great mentor to them. Before that, we had one, and we had one more gift, an official adoption certificate. Billy is ready to sign to complete the deal, but the Gun Club interrupt. They think that their invitation has gotten lost in the mail, but they have a gift anyway. QW Morrissey to beat down Billy and the Acclaim, beat down the Guns. FTR makes a save, has a bit of a stare down with the Acclaim. Next up, Britt Baker says she isn't going to jump because Soraya and Soraya and Renee Paquette told her to. She and Jamie Hayter just want to wrestle to get some good opponents for Rampage. Next up, Jericho comes out, or they recap the match from last week too. Before that, Jericho versus Moxley 22. Not Jericho versus Moxley. Jericho versus a surprise opponent. Prior to the match, Jericho was talking shit in the mic because they were in Baltimore, and he said, "I dare anybody to step up. I have kicked Lamar Jackson's ass," because he happened to be sitting front row. Somebody had tweeted back at Jericho after this, saying, "You gotta come through Big Bro first, like you gotta come through me first." Then Lamar Jackson tweeted back laughing at him and shit. The opponent,
God, the Browns would have beat the Ravens.
The
That was
opponent,
a perfect jab. Like, I'll kick your ass. Just like the Browns did.
the opponent that came out, now I'm gonna feel like they did this to Twister Screw in a CM Punk situation, was boom, 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 Colt Cabana. Had to put up a good fight. Almost won the fight with a Superman pin earlier in the match, but of course, you got the top stank is going from at least two other members of United Victory being I said United Victory. He put up a good fight, but knew he was gonna win. Seeing that they're pushing the feud with the BCC. I keep saying BBC. The BCC. So after the match, they're on the ramp, and as they're celebrating and leaving, they all of a sudden decide to jump in Riccaboni. So like Jericho takes his glasses off and then breaks them and just throws them in the crowd and keeps slapping them, which causes Claudio Castagnoli to come out there. And Wheeler and Dan Bryan all help with the beatdown and chasing them off. Ray Phoenix is here next to win the All-Atlantic title, so Pac tells him to be smart and use the ring bell hammer, and he said, "I don't really want to do it that way," basically again. Next up is that match, Cassidy's alongside it's refreshing, sorry. Hey, there we go, back. So they beat up Ian Riccaboni, Blackpool, Compact Colors, and break apart. They took Ray Phoenix to cheat. That match is up next. All-Atlantic title, Ray Phoenix versus Luchasaurus versus Orange Cassidy. Cassidy defending. Christian Cage and Alex Abrahantes are here too. Phoenix and Cassidy start the match going after each other. Eventually, they get Luchasaurus to get out the ring. They face off each other, missing kicks to the face, and then earning a very special DDT for two on Ray Phoenix. Double clothesline once Luchasaurus is back in the ring. These moves in person standing as they go to break, coming back from break. Stun Dog Millionaire on Luchasaurus, knocking him to the outside. Shrugs off a double dive, though, and chokeslams Phoenix to the ringside table. Big running crossbody drives Luchasaurus off the stage and through a table himself, leaving the other two back at ringside. Pac shows up with the offer of the hammer, but Phoenix doesn't want it. Instead, they change the roll-up exchange to Orange Cassidy punches Phoenix to retain at 9 minutes 57 seconds.
Jammed a lot of that to under 10 minutes. So they jammed a lot of that to under 10 minutes.
Oh, yeah, 9:57. Post-match, Pac comes in for the beatdown. He starts to, but guess who shows up?
Oh, best friends?
Well, yeah, but not that.
Who?
Rocky Romero, but not him.
Was that who?
I said Rocky Romero, but not him.
Rocky Romero, but not him?
Mm-hmm. Shibata.
Oh, God. I forgot about him.
Yeah, Shibata came back.
For Bandor, right?
Hmm?
For Bandor, right?
Yep. So, Shibata shows up. This scares Pac off. The winner of this three-way match also had a chance to have a contract at a dream match against whoever opponent they want on Rampage for All In title. So he, of course, hands the contract to Shibata. So on Rampage, we get Shibata versus Orange Cassidy.
On Rampage?
On Rampage.
What? Ain't making a Dynamite?
Next up, I think I hear it coming down the hall. Yeah, I've been in there. Fuck Shibata!
Skip on. What Tony do this week, man?
Well, he didn't really do anything bad. It was just funny because he got included into the cool moment this week.
Oh, that's a good thing for Tony.
I guess.
It rarely happens.
I know. And he knows it.
At least he's with Britt Baker.
And he knows it. So, all right. So he's here and he's doing an interview with Swerve Strickland. Guess who Swerve Strickland has with him? Rick Ross. And they have some rosé on the table. And they got some champagne glasses poured out. And
Nice, no champagne.
They both holding one, and there's two on the table. And Tony's here. He said, "Yeah, so you want to explain yourself and what happened last week?" And he's Rick Ross like, "Nah, this is all about positivity. Talking about good times. We're about to make sure this next year we make a Swerve, the top wrestler in the world, and also the top." I think he said entertainer or something like that. You know, he didn't necessarily say rapper or something like that. Whatever he said. So all of a sudden, Keith Lee walk in, and he's like, "My homie Keith," and he dap up Rick Ross, and he's like, "So it's funny, y'all see you with Ross, so that obviously when your phone worked, so you could call Ross, right? But you couldn't call me though, and we're supposed to be tag team partners though, right? And then also want to know who the hell was that helped you tie up Billy last week? Like, what was that, cuz? What were we talking about?" Rick Ross said, "No, we ain't talking about that though. We ain't talking about that though.
Positivity.
We talking about positivity. There's positivity over here." And then he starts handing out the drinks and shit, trying to play it off. And then Swerve Strickland's like, "Yeah, man, we've been tag team for almost a year now, man. We cool, bro. Next week we about to have a celebration. You know what I'm saying? And we about to do it big. You know what I'm saying?" And then Ross like, "Here, man, take some champagne, man." So he hands Keith Lee a champagne, and there's one more left on the table. He's like, "You know what, Tony? You get you champagne too." So he hands
You said that Rick Ross?
Yeah. So he hands Tony the champagne, and Tony's like, "Oh, me? Oh, thanks."
Oh,
I know it seems so small and innocuous, but just the way he did it was hilarious. He was like, "Oh, man."
Yeah.
It was like they finally let Byron Saxton in on the show. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's how he reacted.
Like, yeah, finally.
He was like, "Hell yeah, I'm cool now. Okay, yeah."
Until next week.
They all cheered and shit. Like, cheers, yeah. You know what I'm saying? But Keith Lee is still looking at the situation funny, like, what the fuck?
Yes, Keith Lee like, what the hell going on here? Something
So
right here.
that was our funny Tony Smarty moment of the week. He also
Fall in love, Tony.
He got
All
checked.
in love, Tony.
He also got checked physically, not against a physical check, but checked without having to say anything during Britt Baker's segment. So I'll bring that up.
Oh God.
Because it was funny. All right, so after that we go through the Jade Cargo match. He's taking on Marina Shafir. As soon as the match starts, you hear, "Excuse me!"
Oh my God.
So they decided to take over and do commentary for this match, her and Nyla Rose. And they're basically shit-talking Jade.
Would have muted my TV, like, mute.
She was just shit-talking Jade as she was grinding with the belt on her waist like this. And while Jade was beating the crap out of Marina Shafir, this did nothing to stop Jade. She still beat Marina Shafir in 2 minutes and 17 seconds with the Jade to retain.
Squash match?
Total squash. Post-match,
Dang.
in the beginning of the
she
match,
getting squashed. Her husband out there hurt right now.
in the beginning of the match, they also showed that. You'll love this. I forgot about this. You'll love this. So, they showed a tweet where full circle. Remember when we talked about a couple? I can't even say this shit with a straight face. Okay, so you remember a couple weeks ago? Maybe no, this was months ago, bro. Months ago. We might have been at the old station when we talked about this. Remember when we talked about Bow Wow was gonna try to get into wrestling?
Oh my God.
Do you know this fool put a tweet out trying to shoot his shot in his DMs at Jade? And he said, after I win my first match, you should just let me, take you out sometime. And she told him, she said, sorry, Bow Wow, you don't make enough money. You can't afford me. Yeah, thanks. Basically, what she told him.
Oh, God. You trying, huh?
So, post-match, at the beginning of the match, Jade only came out with Layla Gray. So we were wondering, like, where's Kiera, my girl? That was Kiera Hogan. There was a reason. At the end of the match, before they could leave, Kiera Hogan was behind Nyla Rose and was going to try to take the title, but Nyla Rose was big as shit, so it didn't work. So she had her hands on it, but Nyla Rose was basically like, move, bitch.
Yoked her ass.
Basically.
Yoked her ass.
Basically yoked her to the floor and just ran off with the belt. So she couldn't do shit. But the funny part is she didn't know she was there until Vicky turned around like, nah, like that. You know what I'm saying? Real annoying. So, of course, that would catch you off guard just to look behind you. Next up, we saw the video package between Samoa Joe.
I think that playing out all the way.
They showed a video package of Samoa Joe and Brian Cage setting up for the TV title match tonight. House of Black, complete with Malachi Black vignette with the theme of a funeral, suggesting that something new is coming. Video package next shows pictures of Jamie Hayter and Tony Storm in their past, even before their indie days. That they both, I think Jamie Hayter British of some sort.
Yeah.
I think it's like from Wales or something like that. I think they announced that. And then Tony Storm was from the Gold Coast, which is Australian.
Yeah.
But at some point in time, they used to be friends back in the day when they first started coming up in wrestling. So they had like old pictures of them together and stuff like that. In England during friends of them, they were even friends together during the pandemic. So even then, both right before Jamie Hayter came to AEW, and then Tony Storm came about a year and a half later or so. But it said now they feel like things have changed. They feel like she's being manipulated by Britt Baker, but no matter because this is brought up because they're facing each other at full gear for the belt. Your main event next, Ring of Honor TV title match, Samoa Joe versus Brian Cage. Joe defending, Prince Nana here with Cage. Basically the same thing you've been seeing recently, but it's a good match by Cage. I'd like to see him getting in there more. I wish they used him a little differently and better, but at least he's on TV at all. Cage is
Big ass did some crazy ass flip.
Cage hit a heck of a suplex and go to break and comes back from it. Posing enough for Joe to strike a Wayne hit a running boot to the face. We get a splash for 2. Joe needs a quick breather. Joe scoop slams him up. Gets 2, but Cage is right back up with the 619 and top rope elbow. So he didn't hit a moonsault this time.
He hit a 6-1. His big ass hit a 619. Oh,
see, I said not a flippy move, but he hit a move 619.
All right then.
Cage face plants him on, he get put in the coquina clutch, and he retains the title. After the match, the Gates of Agony come in and jump him, which causes Wardlow to come in to make the save. But as he clears the ring, this is a distraction. Q Powerhouse Hobbs, who instantly is behind Wardlow, hits him with the spine buster, holds the title up. So eventually that ends the show, but eventually, they're gonna have
this will be a good ass match.
Face each other, face pass down to Rizzo, and now with Dynamite, let's move on. Since we're in AEW, let's stick with that theme and move on to Rampage. Over on Rampage. So the card for tonight is going to start off. Thank you for loading. It's going to start off. Mike Tyson's here. He had a special entrance, since they're in.
Oh yeah, you did.
This is a live Rampage, by the way. This is a live episode of Rampage because they're in Atlantic City. Dynamite was in Chesapeake, Virginia.
Oh, okay.
I only bring it up because a lot of times
they usually do it right after the
Which personally, as a fan, I love. If I buy a ticket, I feel like I'm getting more bang for my buck. You give me 2 shows.
Yeah.
It's like, I know sometimes for some people, especially if you got kids, it can be tiring and shit. Unless you just have those kids that are super active, so they're going to be up the whole show. So for me, I would love that because I know by the time we're in the car, he's going to pass the fuck out in the backseat. Or she, or whoever. It says usually happens with a lot of little kids. Other than that, they're passing out on you in the arena already, so now you got to drag them around, which is a little more annoying if you're actually a parent trying to watch the show. Anyway, show opens with All Atlantic title match, Orange Cassidy versus Katsuyori Shibata. Cassidy is defending. This is a great match. Dream match. One of the matches you'll probably get like on WrestleMania weekend on an indie show. And you'll be like, I never expected that, but this is pretty dope.
Yeah, I can see that.
Head scissors get Cassidy got trouble for cranking on the ankle. Shibata misses a
A big soccer kick to the head and the forearm off the apron, setting up a suicide dive. Back up, Shibata sends him to the barricade with a few times. Elias sit down pose, back inside. Cassidy shrugs it off and sends him to the barricade as well. They both had to dive back inside to beat the count. Come back from break, Cassidy hitting the running corner drop kick and lazy kicks for the mind games. Making Cassidy sit down as well. Shibata sitting right in front of him. Cassidy gently slaps him, so Shibata blast him instead right in the face with a forearm loading in the corner. Back up. They both knock you down. They both knock each other down the line. Just look at Tyson watching the match. Cassidy's first running penalty kick, so Shibata tells him to do it again. That's what Cassidy does before more kicks have no effect. Big running kick man to knock Cassidy and do it. But Shibata is back up with something like an orange punch to knock Cassidy silly. Octopus stretch goes on. They both fall to the mat where Cassidy gets his foot in the rope. Stud Dog Millionaire gets Cassidy out of trouble. He fires back with a lazy karate kick. Shibata's right back with the Death Valley driver, but Cassidy counters with another stunner. Beach break gets Cassidy 2 orange punch. Doesn't actually knock Shibata down. Shibata's back up with the choke before suplexing Cassidy back down. Penalty kick is loaded up, but Cassidy pops to his feet and orange punches him before he can land the kick. Match over 11 minutes and 10 seconds.
Orange retains.
Yep. Thank you for saying that like the dude at the end of Mortal Kombat. Respect Sean Paul's match 22 as Cassidy gets about his sunglasses while cracking a smile. And that was it for Tyson for the night.
Oh, wow.
Came off first about a match. That was it.
Yeah.
Tony Storm thinks Britt Baker manipulating Jamie Hayter, but should be ready at Full Gear. By the way, since I forgot to say it because they didn't have it in my notes here. So what I was saying was when he kind of kowtowed to her later. So they had since she didn't do the interview with Soraya and Renee Paquette, she did her own. She literally said it like that. So I'm here at my company on my time with my people, looking dead at Tony as he's holding the microphone, and then looked over at Jamie Hayter because she was there, and that's how I'll conduct this, Soraya, or however she said her name, whatever. So she basically was saying, you know, since we're the best 2 women here and the best 2 women in AEW and the best women's tag in the world, we're gonna get 2 other people to faces on Rampage. So that's what we're about to talk about in a second. But at the end of the segment, she checked him without saying a word. She just gave him a glance and shit. So she was like, "Truly yours, Dr. Britt Baker, D.M." And she was doing it. She looked at him like, and he was like, "I'm doing it." He's like, "I'm doing it too." he didn't say it, but that's how his face looked like. Yeah, I'm here.
I'm doing it with you.
D.M.
Was he doing it?
He was
doing it.
But you couldn't tell because he was on the mic, so his hands behind the mic.
Oh.
So she was like,
I like it. Okay.
She was like, D.
I like it.
D.
I like that. He's probably like, you ain't got that much pizzazz that you doing. I like that though. Check that man like, I'm doing it. I'm doing it.
She gave him a whole check look.
D.
You know, she gave him a whole check
Yeah, she
look.
did.
So
she checked him like Tony was her bitch.
Tony Storm thinks Britt Baker
Who got line, Tony?
Tony Storm thinks Britt Baker is manipulating Jamie Hayter, but should be ready at Full Gear. Blackpool Combat Club wasn't happy with Jericho for going too far against Ring of Honor. That's why he's going after non-wrestlers like Ian Riccaboni. If Jericho wants to go after another Ring of Honor World Champion, come after Claudio and Bryan Danielson. One river to Jericho to make his choice. Hayter and Britt Baker versus Take a Wild Guess.
Are they jobbers?
Technically, no, but they're used as. Because I don't think I've ever seen either one of them in a match yet. Unless it's against each other on like a dark.
Sky Blue and somebody.
You got one. You're hot. You got
Dang,
one.
poor Sky Blue. I don't know if Sky
funny.
Blue. I knew Sky Blue was gonna be one of them. Who's the other one? I'll say give me a hint, but I might.
Do you want a hint? If I give you a hint, you're gonna answer it.
I might not. Shoot me the hint.
TNA.
Oh God, Madison Rain.
There you go.
Oh Lord. Yeah, I never would have got that one. I never would have got that one. Okay. Yeah.
You had half of it. The first guess, I was like, bingo, you hot.
Oh yeah, because she always went on dark, but she don't win on main show.
Rebels here, of course, with Brick,
Rebel.
Brick, as always. My girl, Rebel. Reigns takes Hater into the corner, starts off with Blue, cuts her off. Hater off with a raised boot. High crossbody gets Blue too, but Hater cuts her off with a hot shot to take a break, back and break with Hater and Blue knocking each other down. Line Blue. They hit Baker, they kick Baker in the head as well off the tag to Reign. House is clean, and the neck breaker gets two on Baker, followed by a cutter for a bonus. Hater is back in what looked like a choke breaker, but to Reign, but Blue gets the backstabber. Baker kicks Blue down and then hits the Fisherman's neck breaker for two. The villains hit two stereo super kicks, and Hater adds in the ripcord area for the pin. 7 minutes and 18 seconds.
Maybe that's a good time. Scott Blue took the pin.
Yeah.
Oh, dang! She can't even take pins even with somebody worse than her.
Bruh, hierarchy in the ring. They ain't said you welcome enough to be. It's levels to this. This is your level now. You're welcome enough to be in the ring with some of the best in the company to lose to.
No, I mean, but
then down the line, you might get a shot to beat them. Then, and only when we say, then. We might say it's okay.
I ain't talking about that.
Look at Liv Morgan.
I'm talking.
Is a perfect example of that shit. She used to lose a lot.
Oh, I ain't talking about. I'm not talking about that she lost the match. I'm talking about the fact that she the one that took the pin. So Madison Rain couldn't even take the pin. She had it.
When they had what's her name? She used to Liv Morgan was the one who took the pin. When I forgot the name of the group. So I said what's the name? But with Ruby Ruby Riott and
Yeah, I know you're talking about. Yeah.
And Sarah Logan. She was the one that took the pin. You know what I'm saying? She was that person, and now look at her. She's been a world champion. Recently at that. So anyway, back to that post-match. Post-match, Baker mocked Tony Storm and promised the Hater's going to win the title at Full Gear. Q Storm, who drops Rebel with one hand, beats up Baker, and Thez presses Hater to start a brawl. As you would in any fight, Storm grabs the Texas Cloverleaf, but Baker comes in with the belt shot to knock her silly. Hater gets a hold of the title and hold it up. We look at Jericho calling out Lamar Jackson. And then, like I said, he just tweeted it, a laughing emoji, like with the eyes crying at him. And then I guess he had a boy who tweeted, it's like, yeah, whatever. Basically saying, like, you got to come through me first type of deal. And basically what his response was. But it's good publicity for AEW. You know what I'm saying?
I like the fact they using celebrities.
I'm sure they talked about that on on the Thursday episode of Around the Horn or something like that.
No, they probably did.
You'd be surprised. You never know. That's the type of show they would talk about it on. I'd see it on there before you probably see it on like Sunday Countdown or like Sports Center.
Oh, yeah, them shows are important. Nobody really care about Around the Horn.
Damn, why you gotta bang on my show? Man, I love Around the Horn. 20 years. What you make that face for? Around the Horn, Rod.
It's okay.
20 years, man. I think that's better than like Undisputed.
Shut your mouth.
What? Man.
Love Undisputed.
Listen, we just now got Shannon good. At first,
Well, I'll probably take that back.
Probably
Probably because
there's
they're
points, man. My man points cannot be coherent. He kept repeating himself. That's why Skip would always look at him like, like get to the point, nigga. You keep saying the same shit. So
he improved greatly.
Yeah, he don't do that no more.
He improved greatly.
I'm just saying.
I just love his man.
We're banging on my show now. They did bite they concept from Around the Horn, which is basically the same thing as First Take and Undisputed. And any other show that has more than one host debating about one topic on sports and then moving to the next topic. I.e., what's the one my man Marcellus Wiley? Well, you know what I'm talking about. He got the same show now with Emmanuel Ocho. So. And he's had that show for years. And actually started on ESPN before he took it over to Fox, but still. It started with Around the Horn.
Okay. That's good for Around the Horn.
PTI Raw, too, in case you want to bang on them, too.
No, I like PTI.
All right.
I like PTI. I can't bang on them. I like PTI.
Ricky Starks here for a chat. Starks asked if you could hear the crowd reaction because he knows people were asking him to see him on TV. He never had to ask fans to have his back because he knows he can deliver. People like to see him do his pose, and they like him too. And he likes them too. The question is, do people want to know about the eliminated tournament? Starks is one of those 6 answers because he's officially entering. Things are crumbling around here. Probably shouldn't say that, but he's going to hold it back up with his bare back. He's ready to face John Moxley or MJF because he's Ricky freaking Starks. Good, he did a good promo here. Sam Guevara next to the ring. Ready to keep the Ring of Honor world title in Jericho Appreciation Society. But for now, he wants to talk about Daniel Bryan Danielson. He wants a rematch, and he wants it next week, 2 out of 3 falls on Dynamite. Samoa Joe and Wardlow, and he gets Agony.
Guevara?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's gonna be a good match.
Samoa Joe and Wardlow, and he gets Agony are ready for each other. Oh, Wardlow wants Powerhouse Hobbs to come get him. Here's the tournament bracket at Full Gear. Eddie Kingston versus Ethan Page. Bandito versus
Page.
Bruce.
I'll probably say Bandana, hopefully, but Bruce will probably win, probably.
Everybody dies.
Dang! He back?
Yep, versus Ricky Starks.
Oh, he losing to Ricky. Oh.
And
Ricky Starks going to win.
Brian Cage versus Dante Martin. So that's a really good tournament.
I hope Dante Martin, I think, will win that
I
one.
like all those participants.
Yeah, they're all great participants.
I just hope we get some sort of Jake the Snake promo out of it.
Oh God, yes.
Where he gets cut
We
off
can't
by
have
Lance
Lance.
Archer.
We can't have Lance Archer without Jake the Snake.
Well, I just need Lance Archer to come in out of nowhere and cut him off. Jake, oh man, that shit was the best.
Man, feelings was hurt.
He was cutting himself a lifetime promo right there. He was getting into his shit, and he just came in out of nowhere. He said, "Oh man." I would never forget that shit was so fucking funny, and I was crying. It's like, hell to the dog.
Messed up. We did do him wrong.
That shit was good.
Shut
Anyway.
up, Jake. Oh man. You're like, hurt that man's pride. Jake like, I ain't got too many moments of these.
That shit was funny. Samoa Joe and Wardlow versus the Gates of Agony. Now, here's the problem with this. This replaced another match, and I'm not exactly sure why it replaced the other match. Or maybe they moved that match to Dynamite, but I'm pretty damn positive it was supposed to be Swerve Strickland, Keith Lee, and the Gun Club, because that's the part I forgot to talk about in the Rick Ross promo part. Just because I was busy talking about fuck Tony Schiavone mode. So they're supposed to have a 4-on-4 match. And it's supposed to be Swerve and Our Glory and the Gun Club versus the Acclaimed and FTR. I'm not sure why they replaced it with this match, but obviously this was not those contestants in this match. So just bringing it up for shits and giggles, people were wondering, like, yeah, I realized that too, and it didn't happen. So anyway, back to this particular match. Went about 9 minutes. Person not here with the gauge. Wardlow misses a clothesline to kind of start off, but it's fine enough to drive him into the corner. Clothesline drops Khan again. Wardlow opts just hammering away at his head. Joe comes in, slugs that low before hitting a corner insecurity. Khan cheap shots him from the apron though, and Laura runs Joe over for 2. Take a break and come back. Joe fighting out of a drop kick, while bodying him into the corner to Uranagi. Wardlow comes back in for a bunch of German suplexes. Everything breaks down from there. Winds up punching. Wind-up punch drops Khan. Wardlow struggles off the knee to the face. 4 movement powerbomb symphony. Finishes Khan off 4 minutes and 11 seconds. They don't 50-50 book. I like that. I kind of wish they did though, because then I feel like it would make moments of like beatdowns and such and losses for certain people a little better though. Because I would like to see them pick up a win. It's like sometimes when we go into certain matches, I already know the outcome, and I don't like feeling that. You know what I'm saying? This is one of those matches for me. Post-match, Powerhouse House comes downstairs. Wardlow setting up their Invincible Clash that's coming up at Full Gear. And we're down to our last show of the week. No, it's 8, so we can roll.
Oh, that's the main event?
That was the main event, yep. That's what I was talking about. It was supposed to be the other match, I think. Honestly, I probably suspect, and I honestly would have kept it this way anyway, I suspect that the bottom match was going to main event. But then if you think about it,
I kind of was thinking that too, because I was kind of shocked that was the first match.
Right, I thought that was going to main event, and since they had to switch things up, I think they were like, all right. So since they're not going to do that, we'll give them this early, and then we'll give them this tag match late, and not disappoint them early by not having an STR match match that they thought they were going to get.
I can see
And
that.
have them thinking they're going to have it at the end of the show. Card do change, bada boom, bada bing. That's my logic.
No, that's a good lot. It makes sense.
St. Louis, Missouri is where the SmackDown is, at the home of the St. Louis Blues. This is the go home to Crown Jewel. Liv Morgan starts off against Sonya Deville. No DQ. It's a brawl to start. Deville grabbing some kendo sticks, driving Morgan to the corner. Back in, Deville unloads with the sticks. Morgan is smiling. Morgan fights up, sticks her down, meaning it's table time. It's broken up. Deville puts the table back under the ring. Back up. Morgan hits a suicide dive to start
The
Deville.
table back underneath the ring.
Then she does it again. Now we get the table set back up with Liv driving her through it as we take a break. We come back with a bunch of chairs in the middle of the ring. Deville hits a running knee, followed by a middle rope knee for two. Liv fights back, hits a springboard codebreaker for two, but Deville powerbombs one to the chairs for her own near fall. Another codebreaker stagger Deville and Oblivion into the chairs for the finish. For Morgan in 13 minutes 48 seconds. Gave him plenty of time for this match. Looking back at Emma's return last week and she lost to Rousey. Emma decided to be back in WWE, but Xia Li interrupts. Lee calls her weak and is prompted to shut her down. You know what? I'm gonna have better faith in that because Vince isn't the main booker anymore. Maybe they have a plan for Emma. I feel like she's knocked on Tamina's drawer like, listen, I'm ready to fill in for you with #1 jobber status as soon as you let me know. I feel like she's coming for that
That
role,
woman's a
man.
champion.
Knocked her down to Xia Li. They already knocked Xia Li down. They gave her all them fancy ass graphics like she could throw fucking Haroukens like fucking Ryu in Street Fighter with the first two jabbing. Now she jobbed out.
It's some people careers. It's some people Triple H can't even save. If
Some
he
people
tried.
don't care. Look at Shinsuke. Shinsuke is on making his dough right now. He don't give a fuck. He's like, whatever. I can serve, right? I'm off. I'm gonna go serve, bro. Keep on my fan. I'm gonna win the match. Make his dough. He don't give a fuck. Some people don't care. They where they always want to be. Like winning titles wasn't necessarily the main goal. The main goal
Yeah.
wasn't success. It was just
Get there.
making WWE was a successful moment, which is cool. But I also feel like that's settling. Like when you want to be successful in your job, you already have it. And not just be able to say, I made it. Yeah, that's dope. You can say you made it. It's even dope when you can say you did something with it.
Yeah.
You know? Anywho, Logan Paul's brother Jake will be in his corner at Crown Jewel. Wow. Coming off a spectacular victory over Anderson Silva. Video of Reigns versus Logan Paul showing a clip of Jake Paul showing up at the press conference. The Viking Raiders are still coming back. Next up, Ricochet versus Puma Aces. If you don't know who that is, that's our man, LA Knight.
LA Knight. Yes.
Yeah. Before the match, Knight mocks the ring announcer's intro line. Ricochet to take him down. Ricochet throws him in. We get the open bell with a kick to the back, rocking Knight. Few shots take Ricochet down though, and Knight loads up for a top rope lion saw, only to crash hard. Rico knocks him to the floor. We take a break, back up. Knight stomps away in the corner and hitting jumping neckbreaker for two. Knight goes up to spends too much time talking though. I mean, that ain't surprise. Allowing Ricochet to jump up.
He always talking.
Allowing Ricochet to jump up with a super hurricane. The running shoots star press gets two, but Knight rolls him up, grabbing the tights, of course, for the pin in 9 minutes 56 seconds. Sami Zayn and the Usos are hyped, trying to see who's really Uzi this week. Being ready to set for an all-time tag team title reign record, but Jey Uso doesn't like his advice. Jay says they were champions before Sami and they'll be champions after him. Jimmy said, "You got a point, Sami." Usos leave and Sami asks, "My dogs," to come back. His eyes are like, "My dogs."
Look like Jimmy's starting to agree with his brother Jay.
Bray Wyatt said he isn't used to sharing his feelings. To him is new, and he doesn't like people playing with him like that. We pause for an interruption for someone with the box, and after the camera gets hacked, Bray talked about getting annoyed at the driver who cut him off. The camera keeps cutting to the Wyatt logo as he rants about he wants to break things because he can't handle himself. Bray wants the guy to reach down into his soul and apologize to him for interrupting. The camera interruption gets a bit longer than the man apologized, with Bray seemingly accepting asking him to leave, with the graphic saying Wyatt will be at Crown Jewel, which was announced on Raw. Next up, Uzi's here for a chat. The Usos here for a chat.
Uzi.
We'll get there. They are ready to become the longest reigning tag team champions after a Uzi chant. We hear our next step is to getting by the Brawling Brutes. Cue the New Day. They said they're showing for the Brutes tomorrow, but the Usos retain the New Day has next. Cue the Brawling Brutes to beat down for the beatdown. So here comes Solo Sikoa and Sami Zayn coming in for the save. Butch comes back up with some shillelagh shots. Sikoa takes him down. The Bloodline stands tall. Rey Mysterio loves wrestling and is ready to fight back to win the Intercontinental title. Shayna Baszler versus Natalya. Ross is here with Baszler. Natalya gets taken down. Why do I feel like they're biting off of AEW's storyline they've already been building right now with Britt Baker and Jamie Hayter? Like, oh, we got two friends. We're going to bring them close, and then they're going to break each other up. Because I can see it coming a mile away. But at least we're going to finally get some. One, Shayna Baszler back fighting in some main event matches. Two, her versus Rousey. I've been wanting that for a while. So.
That's why I don't have a problem with them doing it. I just like seeing Shayna.
I
like seeing Shayna.
I think they're kind of biting just because of the timing of it. It's like they're doing the same fucking angle over here. That's all. Anyway.
More Shayna Baszler on TV for me, the better.
Yes, I'm totally down for that. That's where I'm gonna shut the fuck up. Because like I said, my main point is get her on TV. That's one of them that was so baffling to me. She was signed, sealed, delivered, dude. She's a heel. Just send her up and let her cause wreck. You used her right one time in that elimination chamber. Other than that, she's biting people's necks like vampires and all other type of stupid shit. And they jobs her out so many times. It's like, oh my god.
Well, you gotta remember that's Triple H running it now.
Good.
That's one of Triple H's peoples.
Thank you. Like, man, when NXT Baszler, it was Oscar for me, Oscar for me. She was right there, bro. And she was the one right after her. And kept that torch fucking going. It went straight from the regular 4 horsewomen to Bayley, when she was the last one there, right to Oscar, right to her. It was like boom, 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 boom. They were just knocking them out the fucking park. I was like, how did you fuck that up, man? Sorry. On the tangent. Anyway, so Natalya can take it down to start, but manages to reverse the arm stomp into a roll up for 2. Baszler right after the arm again though, and takes Natalya down. When Natalya makes to scratch her own head, that's broken up. Natalya hits the distance clothesline, only can pull into the curve through the cuts for a tap out 4 minutes and 9 seconds. Post-match, Natalya gets up and gets blasted right back down. Video reminding you of the feud between Karrion Kross and Drew McIntyre. Here's MVP to introduce 5 unnamed opponents for Braun Strowman. Braun Strowman. So I guess they're doing one up each other. So next week on Almost they're gonna face like 10 jobbers or something like that. No. Anyway,
right now because it's Crown Jewel.
Oh yeah, Crown Jewel happened. So maybe the feud's over. Cue Strowman to run over all 5 men and chase MVP off. MVP Kane shot and shrugged off as Strowman braced it in half. The running power slam plans MVP as a way to keep him from being a Crown Jewel. No match. Gunther's ready to beat down Rey Mysterio. It said nothing would change. He will retain his title. Legado del Fantasma was impressed with Shinsuke Nakamura helping hit Raw last week, so it's time for some revenge. Then we have, our main event of the Evening. Gave it plenty of time. 18 minutes.
Great fucking match.
18 minutes, 17 seconds. Gunther with Imperium defending. Champ starts fast by going with the power slam and knocking Mysterio to the outside for an early break. Back with Ray being stomped stomach first into the floor, but coming back in for a crucifix bomb. Mysterio grabs the sleeper and Gunther is in trouble, so he climbs in the middle rope and crashes backwards to free himself and sends it to another break. We're back from break with Ray managing to knock him down and hit the top rope and see the senton. Lionsaw gives Ray 2 and he counters a powerbomb to Hurricane Ronald for 2. Another powerbomb attempt is countered into a cold red for 2 more. And Gunther's had enough. Now he's getting annoyed. This little gnat, I can't keep him down. Running drop kick in the corner finally lets Gunther hit the powerbomb for 2 only. Gunther's more pissed off. Another powerbomb attempt is countered to a 619 attempt, but Gunther kicks him away with a heck of a kick, a heck of a big boot.
Rey Mysterio is the best low man versus big man fighter ever, bro.
Big clothesline knocks Rey Mysterio silly, and he retains the title. You know why? It's a give and take, and he perfectly knows how to take to give in those moments and when to take. Because the take moments made perfect sense. I would have felt like Gunther felt like I'm big as shit. Why can't I hold this little motherfucker down, man? And he just bouncing all over the place. So he finally squashed his ass down. You know what I'm saying? So that was SmackDown. Gunther retains. And that's our week here on the show. In and out in about a little over an hour. Got to get you back. You got another show to do.
Yeah. Next week will be a full show. We'll be doing Crown Jewel, which I don't think neither one of us watched because of the time difference.
Yep. So we'll come back with that, and we'll start our show off with predictions before we say what happened. So.
Can I do predictions for Crown Jewel?
I won't have to if you don't want to.
I mean, I've seen that it already happened. I mean,
Blood Money. Yeah, true. Blood Money show anyway. All right. Fuck it. Anyway, with that being said, send us home, Ron. I'm one half of you. I know that's what people call me. I hate that shit.
go send yourself home.
I'm
Okay,
one half of
then.
your host, Rob.
I'm Clint.
Ron, take us home.
Bucks came back and won.
The final score is 16-13.
Yep.
Was it for real? I just took a wild guess.
Or 16-13, 17-13. Yeah, Bray hit it.